Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the Thailand Elite Visa. And a recent comment on our channel, I thought it was kind of interesting. Quoting directly, "Hello, regular subscriber, and enjoy the content. I'm sitting a little uneasy just now, perhaps for no reason. I'm into my last year of 5-year Elite Visa and also married to a Thai. I've been told I can't transfer to marriage visa without leaving the country first, which I don't want to do. I'm contemplating extending the Elite, but here's my predicament. I've never felt Thailand Elite ever, quote, had my back, unquote. I know that sounds a bit vague, but I feel they have very little sway when it comes to immigration matters, and they seem pretty hopeless when I was trying to re-enter the country when I was stuck in UK. As we are always reminded, it's really nothing more than a glorified tourist visa." I think they're talking about, yeah, I've kind of said that in the past, quoting further. "So I've been wondering how much protection it would afford me in the future if any policy was to change regarding foreigners staying in the kingdom. A bit rambling, sorry, and I'm not looking for anyone to advise me which visa to get. I just wondered if you had any views on the longer-term strengths and weaknesses of Elite. There's been a big uptake recently as far as I can see, so now possibly many more people interested in same. Might be worth a video, question mark." So, yeah, I thought it was interesting, something to get talking about. Not to cast aspersions on those folks with respect to having your back, but he says, seems they have little sway with immigration. Well, there is kind of a presumption, and I think it's unwarranted, that Thailand Elite does have sort of some kind of influence with immigration. They are not the same operation. Thailand Elite is a private enterprise, and the government is the government. And Thai immigration sets policy and executes that policy, and Thailand Elite has to kind of deal with it just like anybody else with respect to overall immigration law and regulation. Now, yes, it is a significant benefit to those who just want to stay in Thailand. They just don't want to deal with visas. They just want to basically buy their membership and sort of just let their time run. As noted in prior videos, it's not work authorized. You can be deported. It's not permanent residence. It's not lawful status other than non-immigrant. It's a non-immigrant visa. It's just basically, as he noted in there, and as I've said, it's essentially a tourist visa, a really long tourist visa. Now, again, there's plenty of folks who have availed themselves of this, and they found themselves, they rather like it for whatever reason. But yeah, to presume that there's, in my opinion, any special sway associated with Thailand Elite in their relations with Thai immigration, no, I don't really see that that's the case at all. And in fact, the special sway, so to speak, is the visa itself. You're buying into the program, but one of the benefits is this visa, which is longer term. That's sort of the special dispensation, if you will, as opposed to some sort of, and look, there is a special line at the airport for Thailand Elite. They do come in on a priority status when they're going through immigration out there. Not a big deal right now with travel, numbers being so low, but man, during high season, a couple of years ago, yeah, I know a lot of Elite members that really enjoyed coming through that priority line. But that said, if you have some problem with it, or your visa, where we see this happen fairly regularly, maybe not regularly, but it's not uncommon, is in the context of an overstay. Somebody goes into overstay and then they've got to deal with Thai immigration somehow, and they think that, quote, Elite has their back. Well, Elite has their back to the point that you're a member, and they'll say, hey, you're a member, but if you overstay, you overstay. They can't magically, say, oh, well, never mind, don't worry about that. No, that's immigration law, and that's immigration rules. Same thing goes for things like TM30. You're in a non-immigrant visa, and non-immigrant, TM30 pertains to non-immigrant visas. Long story short, Thailand Elite is what it is. They provide the exact benefits that they advertise, and for most folks, that's pretty all right. But that said, they are not immigration. They're not immigration officials. serve a very different function, and they're not directly affiliated with Thailand Elite.